My name is Emily Farris, and joining us today is Doctor Who again. Thank you for being here, Doctor Who.
Thank you, Emily. My pleasure to join you. Um, this time, we're going to talk about my recent experience when we visited China for our partners. I'm very happy to share you about the experience there.
Yes, well, I'm
Mhm.
so excited to hear about the
Yes.
details because it sounded like a very exciting trip.
Yes. This time, we have my colleague, Dr. Ryan Zayak, the interim dean for the College of Arts, Science, and Engineering, and me. We visited China for about 2.5 weeks. During 1 hour stop, we also have our dean of college for the Center College of Business, um, Dr. Greg Cars, also joined us as well. We visited 6 partners in 6 cities in China. Started with Jiangsu University, and then Yangzhou University and Nantong University in the Jiangsu province, adjacent to Shanghai. Those three are our Chiefly 1 plus 2 plus 1 program partners. By saying 1 plus 2 plus 1, that means student in China completed their first year in their Chinese university and then transferred to University of North Alabama to complete their second and third year, and then returned to China to complete their fourth year. Upon meeting the graduation requirements at both universities, they received 2 degrees. So we visited first 3 partner universities in Jiangsu province. Then we headed to the south to Guangdong province, continue visit our 4 plus 0 partners Huizhou University, where we have early childhood education program, and then westward to Guizhou province with the Guizhou University, where we have our other international college partner in the engineering and technology field. And at the end, we visited Beijing, the capital of the People's Republic of China, visited the Phoenix TV Education Group, which
Wow.
is the giant of the media and broadcasting business in China, very much like ABC, CBS, NBC in
Okay,
the
yes.
United States. So had some last time with them. Mm-hmm.
Wow, it sounds
Yep.
like a very eventful trip, and what a
Yes.
great opportunity for the students, like you mentioned, having the programs like one to one in
Mm-hmm.
place that way. So, could you tell us just what were some of your first impressions arriving at the universities in China?
Sure. By visiting our partners, particularly those universities, the impression was, first of all, the overall trip is amazing. Um, we feel our partners, no matter they are students, faculty, administrators, and other stakeholders, um, in China, they are so enthusiastic. Our hosts are very hospitable. They take the collaboration and the partnership with the University of North Alabama very seriously. They
Mm.
put a huge investment, um, you know, toward some the partnership we had. For example, in Guizhou University, they dedicated the entire building for the International College
Wow.
of Engineering and Technology with North Alabama. In Huizhou University, they dedicated the entire floor of their academic uh, exchange center. So, like 20 rooms like that. And many other places, they put a huge investment, not just the physics, rooms or the classroom or those labs or the housing for our faculty, but just to see how seriously their students, faculty, and administrator, so serious about the collaboration with
Absolutely.
us. So that's a lot. Let me share you with some personal highlights I think we experienced
Yes, definitely.
when we visit, for example, one of our most important partner, Guizhou University (GZU) in the city of Guiyang, southwest of the Guizhou province. The first afternoon we arrived, it was still a little bit rain because it's a high latitude place, and we got to the hotel, took a rest, and then we were let know there is going to be a basketball game at the university. Guizhou University is massive. It has a population about 27,000 undergraduate students, 13 to 14,000 graduate students. So it's about a 40,000 strong campus.
Wow, very large campus.
Yes, very big. 4 times of us. And they are hosting their university's basketball championship game that night. And it happened to be one of the team competing for this championship, representing the Alabama International College of Engineering and Technology.
So they had their own team at the university.
That's one of the 30 teams from different college compete for the championship.
Wow.
And the joint venture we have, International College team, made it to the final. So they let us know there will be a championship game at 7:30, and Dr. Zayak and I, after dinner, we put on the jersey and went to the court.
That's amazing.
Cheer with the students and the faculty over there. I was honored, invited to deliver an opening speech to greet all the players there, and Dr. Zayak kicked off the basketball with the game. And at the end, you see thousands of the players and the other, students and the faculty. They just sitting around and cheered all the way with teams. And at the end, the international college team won the championship. And Dr. Zayak, me, and the university leadership from Guizhou, we give an award to the participants. So it's such a wonderful experience there. And during the game, the breakout time, Dr. Zayak also joined the crowd playing basketball.
He was playing basketball.
He was amazing.
That's incredible.
Got several of those long shots, free open shots in, and cheered around with the students. So I think it's a very wonderful moment. The second day, when we stayed in Guizhou University campus, actually it's at the moment of the second year anniversary for the International College. So if you remember in the previous episode, we mentioned the International College Initiative.
Yes.
It was approved in 2022, and we started the first cohort of such a student in that year. So this year is a second year anniversary. And by commemorating and celebrating this important moment for them, they first told us it's going to be a celebration party.
Okay.
And turned out to be a full-blown gala. And within 2 months of time, student and faculty, they prepared and put on a spectacular show for us. So
what did that include?
It included the singing, the dancing, the drums show, and all kinds of the different entertainment on stage. They even invited their professional, which is equivalent to our state level, the state level officials, except for the Guizhou University president, who is at the national conference in Beijing. All the vice presidents lined up there, 2,000 of their deans from respective colleges all joined the crowd, and hundreds of students as an audience. And they even put on the mascot of the Los Alabama Lions. They called it the Little Bei, Little A, which is in the Chinese pronunciation of North Alabama. So I think I had a great time with everyone there. So really nice show. We have some videos.
Yes, it certainly sounds like it was an amazing experience. Yes. So did you expect that whenever you went to see, have a basketball team for UNA and to have a lion mascot and a full gala for your experience there? From
my previous experience, I know they can do something.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes are very funny stuff or very interactive stuff. But at this magnitude and this size and this quality, I didn't expect, and totally triumphed of any expectation we had. So,
That sounds like an amazing experience,
yes.
And we definitely want to see those pictures as well.
Really, because Yeah, it's very, very exciting and very remarkable. They can, in a very short period of time, they told us they practiced for 2 months, and the faculty and the students, they just put on a tremendous show on stage.
Wow. And that's the only kind of experience you can have in person, I would imagine, too.
Yes,
So
yeah, that's great.
that's very, very nice that you were able to go visit and participate in all of these wonderful events.
Right.
So, still talking about, kind of the cultural experience when you were there, what were some of the cultural differences that you noticed between the academic culture in China and us here at UNA?
That's a very great question. I think there are several major differences between the academic system in Chinese and American universities. First notable differences is the teaching methods and classroom experience. In the United States, the classroom and teaching experience is more interactive or participatory learning style between the faculty member and the students and everyone in the classroom. The classroom more focused on the creative thinking, the debate, and the questioning, right?
Okay.
Like making inquiry like
Yes.
that. And in China, things are a little bit different. Asia in the whole, and China in particular, the classroom is more focused on the traditional lecture-based teacher-centered approach. So it's more like teacher take a lead.
So maybe like a lecture-based
yes,
curriculum?
More lecture-based curriculum. And the teaching more focused on actually memorizing by students.
Okay.
So teacher being there and convey the message and the content, and then student try to more memorize about what being lectured. And the student has less time, or they show less tendency of ask questions or challenge professors. In a way, in a traditional Chinese way, it's more about they show the respect for authority. In this way, in this situation, is faculty member. So they did not, or they do not ask question doesn't mean they don't understand, but just a way in their philosophy they respect more seniority and authority of a teacher. So that's very different. That's about the teaching methods and the classroom experience. Second, I would say there is a great difference between the university structure and the governance. That's a very big way.
Really?
Yes.
How so?
In the United States, the governance is more decentralized to the different college, to the different offices carried out. In China, it's more centralized. Okay? In the United States, faculty take a very important role into the shared governance and into the university, even the decision-making process. But in China, it's more top-down.
Okay.
Basically, it's like Chinese universities run like government. So a lot of decision-making are top-down approach instead of faculty participation. Third, most of Chinese universities, they are public. Their funding methods are more from government allocation. I think more than 90% of that. In the United States, even public university, you have less and less public funding and more diverse funding methods and sources. So I think it's very different between those governance and structure in China and the United States. Third, I would say there is a big difference between the university life and extracurriculum activities on the American and Chinese university campuses. In the United States, you have more vibrant and more wide range of activities outside of classroom in terms of content, in terms of activities, clubs, organizations. Although on Chinese university campus, there are so many student clubs, organizations, but they focused more on academic achievements and less on social issues, less on some sensitive areas or topics.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, definitely.
Right.
Just more of an academic approach, even in the extracurriculars, maybe?
So let's say, like in China, in the United States, a huge emphasis on multicultural, social inclusion, diversity, those kind of issues. But those topics are gray area and a sensitive area in China. So student organization activities, yes, they are diverse, but they are diverse in a confined way, not the same magnitude or breadth as you can see in the United States or other countries.
Right.
So that's very apparent. Fourth one, I would say is a big difference between United States and China, even in internationalization and global perspectives. In the United States, when we talk about internationalization, we really talk about large number of international students, faculty, scholars on American campus, and send our American students and faculty abroad to experience and embrace this dynamic world and different kind of the programs, research services, all of that. But in China, it started a more selective internationalization. It's more about learning a different language, like English, or let's say if they have any relationship with Spanish-speaking country, they focus on the language, then culture, some selective perspective of the things they want to learn. And you see significant less percentage of international students on Chinese university campus.
Really?
Yes, there are some of them, but because their campus are massive, so it has a smaller percentage of the portion of the international students studying there. And they have a lot of Chinese students want to go to study abroad. But I think they welcome any of those foreign students or scholars to study or doing research or teaching on Chinese university campus. But because of the geopolitics and international relations, those kind of reasons, external factors, there are less number or percentage of the foreign students and scholars on Chinese university campus. So those are very apparent. And the last one, but not least, I would say, is the goals and a career path and a career preparation for the Chinese and American university is totally different. In American university, depending on what type of institution, you may have those elite research-focused university, you may have community college, you may have a liberal arts college without a very obvious goal of preparing their students, right? Focused on certain of jobs or career, the educated leader in general. But in China, it's very, very career and job specific. The students know at the first day when they enrolled at the university what kind of jobs they are going to get.
Really?
4 years later when they graduate. Yes.
Okay.
And they are more in a cohort model. Either prepares them for the industry job, scientific job, or government job. So they know exactly what they're going to get. And their school are keen on preparing them ready for such kind of job. Instead of in the United States, students first year, second year, they probably do not have a very specific career path yet.
Yeah, or you could still change your major,
yes.
2 years in, and you're still only in your general education classes. So
but
I could see
China,
where that's very different.
Change of a university major is very rare.
Really?
And in terms of the percentage-wise, it's very, very low compared to the United States. A lot of students change their majors.
Yes, definitely.
That's also a reason why the 4 years graduation rate in China is very high, but here in the United States is comparatively speaking not high as our peers in other country.
Maybe we're a little bit more indecisive in that way. I don't know.
They have
but
more
you're
options.
right. The approach is very different.
Yes.
It sounds with the two cultures, and so even with that, just listening to you, I would imagine the experience for the students that come, or even the faculty partners and administrators, you're navigating so many different perspectives with that.
Yes.
So when you're managing a partnership between two cultures, how do you ensure that it's successful, and how does a visit like this help with understanding that as well?
Yes, I think a visit like this really help the partnership we want to grow between the two countries. Several things. One is really to show the attachment and leadership support. Whenever we go, whether it's Guizhou University, where we have a large international college operation, or Jiangsu University, Yangzhou University, Nantong University, where we have 1+2+1 program. Each university we go, you can see apparently a senior leadership support from those partners. And of course, visit by UNA to our partners also show our support and attachment to that. Second is, as I mentioned earlier, you can see the enthusiastic of the students and faculty firsthand, how they are keen to this kind of opportunity to expose themselves to the internationalization, taking the courses in English, a foreign language for most of Chinese students, teach in a foreign country like UNA faculty member who are assigned to teach abroad, and also expose them to a different way of a classroom experience, different way of interacting with the faculty, and a different culture. So I think those are tremendous, and we learn that firsthand, from that. And third is really, I think it's something that our administrator and faculty have experience about what's really going on world stage, in this case in China. There are something undeniable, like in the most recent years there are some economic slowdown in China, but if you go in there by yourself, you can really experience what's going on the ground, how things still flourishing, and because of the magnitude of their economy and society, things are very different. So just to give you something numbers, for example, we visited 6 universities in 6 cities. I think the smallest city we visit probably has a population about 3 to 4 million.
Oh wow, so very large.
Very large.
Much larger than Florence.
Of course. And in that case, like Beijing, it has a population about 22 million. And the size of economy, like some of the city we visit, it probably equal to half or the 1/3 of the entire economic output of the state of Alabama. So think about that, and it has 1 or 2 universities in that city, crown jewelry of everything, education resources, the wealth, and the people's expectation for the education. So they put everything there, and we are so lucky to partner with those university in the economic center of that. Based on a huge population, there is tremendous opportunities and potentials for us to grow from those partnerships.
Absolutely. It definitely sounds like it. And we're about to have to wrap up here. I love everything you've shared so far, but are there any other highlights that you'd like to share from your trip?
Yes, I think number one is I think for the network of the universities we are building over there in terms of our partnerships. We are growing from 1 or 2 or 3 to more provinces, more cities, more big university and small university in its like, and help us also grow different programs. We have one-to-one program in accounting. We are developing more programs in like psychology, geographic information system, mass communication, and also our 4+ programs, 4+0 programs span from early childhood education to sustainability to um, engineering technology and occupational health sciences. So you can see the breadth of all those collaborations and opportunities and many other pockets of the country. I mean, talking about the pockets, it's several million population in each city.
Yes.
So that's very exciting. I think the magnitude of the international partnership we're building over there and variety of the programs we are bringing to the foreign partners and bring different students and faculty and perspectives and economic contribution to our campus and our community here in Florence, Alabama, is tremendous. I cannot wait to see, in the future years, how those kind of partnership can turn into both materialized benefit and the culture and people-to-people exchange benefit between the two countries.
That's amazing, Dr. Hu. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. It was really interesting to hear more about your trip and the partnerships that we have with the Chinese universities. And so that'll conclude our episode this time.